Over the next little while, I'm gonna be traveling to Romania and Costa Rica. Costa Rica for a vacation, again, our annual vacation with the family. But I'm shooting footage for a documentary in Romania next week. So of all the places, right? But it has something to do with the revolution that took place there 30 years ago. And I'm shooting in a run and gun kind of a guerrilla setup. So right here, this is gonna be the beastly workhorse, the Atomos Shogun Inferno with the FS5. It's a really great camera. I love the neutral density filter built into it. Just really nice preamps and the availability to go record to the recorder or dual SD cards. It's versatile and it's a great camera. Second camera I'm gonna be using, I can't show you right now because we're shooting on it, but the Sony a6500. I will be shooting with either this cage, handheld, and or on the gimbal. So FS5, Sony a6500 on the gimbal. Let's talk lenses. We'll talk this guy here. I've got this Roossien T1.5 35mm cine lens, which is kind of a nice, it's not a sharp lens, but it's got this character to it that I really like. 16mm 1.4 Sigma, because it's fast and it's wide. The 85mm Batis Zeiss f1.8, it's a beautiful telephoto lens. Also Zeiss, 24mm f1.8, 35mm equivalent. It's kind of a really sharp, beautiful, contrasty color kind of lens, and go tandem with the two Zeiss, the wide and the telephoto. I guess you can't really go wrong there. And I've got the 10-18 f4, which I love on the a6500 with this camera. It's actually, in tandem, it might be the best gimbal combination with wide-angle lens you can find, in my opinion. Now let's move on to audio. This is a Sennheiser MK600. It's not a great mic, but it's gonna get the job done because, hey, this is what I have. I also have the Zoom H4n, Video Micro Pro. Yes. It's actually a really good microphone. You can even put this on a boom and get some, decent quality audio. Oh, one other lens. I always want to bring like kind of a fun, weird, strange lens. So it might be a toss-up between the Helios 44M and or this medium format Hartley super rotator tilt shift lens, which I love. It's just, I think it's because you shoot with the center of the glass when it's medium format on an APS-C sensor, but the sharpness and the detail in the center of this lens is spectacular. Being able to shift your focal plane, it's just ethereal and I just love it. So yeah, I've already sold myself. I have another monitor for the a6500. This is the 5-inch Lilliput, which is a great little HD monitor. Does the trick, HDMI. I'm gonna bring one light. That's the aperture, It's actually pretty bright. It's gotten me, this comes in more handy than all these lenses half the time. And you can just have it on this little tiny Manfrotto. Batteries, chargers, European to American, North American adapters, all that kind of jazz. Cables, USB cables, headphones, XLR cables, SDI cables, a funky old strap, because hey, you always need a strap, right? And a good bag to bring it in, and that's it, man. Here, I'll get my bag. I almost forgot. A nice Pelican case, like a really nice Pelican case. It's the 1535 Pelican Air, and the FS5, the whole kit will fit in here with the Atomos Inferno, the audio setup, a few lenses, and batteries and cables and that sort of thing. So this is really great to bring this on the plane. This will be my backpack, and this is a storm-proof. It's called a Migo, M-I-G-G-O. And to be honest with you, I traveled with this. It's kind of weird and cumbersome and bulky. What I do really like about it is the fact that it's completely weather sealed. And that alone makes it worthwhile for me to use. So those two bags, a Pelican case, this. Oh, one other thing, of course. This little, I had to go and buy a small tripod and something that fits the FS5, not all rigged out, obviously. So it's this Manfrotto 190 Go. It actually is great and fine on here. There's no slider or anything like that, so it's really just gonna be locking it down for time lapses or static shots. And the head I'm gonna be using is this Manfrotto fluid head. That's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna fly into Bucharest on Sunday night, I think. And I'm gonna document this whole trip for myself as well on this channel. So hopefully, there's going to be some really fresh, interesting, unique content. You know, when I embarked upon this journey a couple of years ago, I didn't really have any expectations. And to a certain degree, I still don't really have any expectations because I always want to learn and play and be in this safe environment where there's not really a lot of, where I don't have to worry about expectations, where I just can learn and develop and play, for lack of a better term. So I kind of willed this to happen. I said, you know, what's something that you've always wanted to do? And I thought, I'd like to travel to a foreign country and shoot a documentary around a subject that is very meaningful. Not only meaningful to me, but meaningful to the rest of the world. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and pura vida. Yeah, is that it? Oh, I totally forgot to mention, storage. So SD cards, I've got 128 gigabyte SanDisk Extreme Pro. You know how much that costs in Canada? 399 bucks, 400 bucks, man. So, you know, a few of those. I also have this SSD hard drive for the Atomos. So that's great, that's a terabyte. And I'm gonna back everything up to this Lacy 1 terabyte hard drive here. And I'm gonna bring another one too, probably just in case. I don't know, I haven't really totally figured out exactly what I'm gonna do there. And I'm gonna use that in tandem with my MacBook Air. So, I think that's pretty much it. Oh, of course. This is really just like therapeutic and somewhat cathartic for me because I get to lay out all my gear and make a video about it. So it's like a big checklist for me. I can just watch the video instead of look at the list. ND filters, polarizing filters, step rings, all that good stuff. That's what I was saying about the FS5. Another really good thing about that is you do not have to worry about ND filters. You can go in steps, you can go variable with it, and that's basically how it's totally changed the way I expose an image. That in, you know, like having a variable ND filter with your thumb to be able to toggle the variance is just wonderful when it comes to naturally exposing transitional parts of an image, like if you're going from a sunny exterior to a dark interior or vice versa. Instead of using your aperture, you can keep your depth of field. It's kind of nice, right? It's one of the features, the sort of unsexy features that sell cameras, like XLR inputs and no recording limits and 2 card slots and having a raw output. So even though the sensor on that camera is a little bit old in the tooth and the ergonomics of it are, I mean, ergonomics of it are pretty good, but you know, that's one honking monitor. But hey, you get 4K 60, raw output, 2K continuous 240 frames per second, and for 4K 120 in bursts. It's just a no-brainer. It's great, wonderful, love it. If you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me at Dale's Garage. That's where I post, I used to post a lot of stories there, but I'm not posting them anymore. That's a whole other story. The story of why I don't post stories to Instagram. There's a story in that. Anyways, yeah, follow me on Instagram because I'm always uploading my daily activities there. So that's where I'm gonna leave it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe if you haven't already, and pura vida.